Let's check out 560 pages of freestyle radness. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. Hey, today we are back in the office and we are going to be checking out the contents of a package that I recently received that it's been over 2 years in the making, at least since it was ordered. And it's taken even longer just to get everything kind of together. And I want to show it to you today. We are talking about the Birth of the Freestyle Movement book. This is a massive, I think it's 700 pages of BMX Radness. Look at that thing. It's massive. And as you can see, it's still sealed. I haven't opened it, so we're going to open it together. But I also wanted to show you all the other things that were in this special, like, limited edition package. So first of all, it came with one of these drawstring bags, as you can kind of see, right? Cool for just throwing around your shoulder, going on a quick ride. Also came with this other, sort of like a bag tote, but also a backpack, right? And that's Bob Harrow right there on the front. And then inside of this are not one, but two t-shirts. So we have this one. Not a fan of white, but this is still pretty cool. And then we also have this one, which is, I want to say it's kind of like one of the shots from the book. Yeah. It's pretty cool. So 2 t-shirts, 2 bags, and yeah, that's a box of Vans right there. In addition to all of that, you get a special limited run of these Vans slip-ons that, man, take a look at this. Look at that. And I guess maybe I want to show it like this. Look at that. I think that's Bob Harrow and Morales on there. But look at these things. Birth of the Freestyle Movement on the back. That's pretty cool. But how's that? So, special limited shoes. This was all part of some order. It was a package deal. You could just buy the book if you wanted to, or you could get the whole entire thing. I want to say it was a little pricey. It was over 100. It was like probably over $200, I think, for all of this. But then, when you break it down, like, the shoes are gonna run like, I don't know, maybe special edition shoes, maybe $80, right? And then you got the 2 t-shirts, say they're 25 each. That's $50 already, right? Then you got the bag / backpack, and then you have this book. And this thing is massive. I'm gonna try not to damage anything, but this thing is just massive. And I saw this, it was posted on Instagram. I went and I ordered the thing back in 2022. Like, this thing has been, it's been a minute since this thing has, been put out, but super excited to kind of see what this thing looks like. I mean, look how thick that guy is. Look at that. Like, literally 700 pages. I think that's what it was. I saw something online. Oh no, 558. I stand corrected. Or 559, 560. 560 pages of freestyle BMX. So let's kind of check this thing out. So hardcover. It was done, shoot, in This guy that's been putting this together has been, I guess it's been just a passion project, and um, he's just been collecting. Dominic Phipps is the guy that wrote this book, and it's meant to document freestyle BMX, you know, from the early days of Bob Harrow and their team and the guys over at Freestyling Magazine. Um, yeah, so Dominic Phipps is a researcher and author that kind of created this book, but he has a foreword by Oz himself, the great Bob Osborne from BMX Action Magazine. Wrote the foreword, which is pretty cool. You can kind of see him right there. Like just photos from just the early BMX days. Oh, how's that? This is kind of cool because it's not just about freestyling. It's about BMX as a whole. They got the early riders, right? NBA, some of the layouts for some of the tracks, right? Moto Mags with the Mongoose, who, you know, so many of us had that Mongoose as the iconic bike back in the day. And then it looks like they went into, looks like, you know, parks, pools, and recreation, skating, because skate culture was such a big thing back in the day, right? With Tony Hawk and the Bones Brigade. But just, this is incredible. Like, this is going to take some time to go through, just the photography in here, the writing. Like, no wonder this thing took such a long time. And like, you know, when it first was put out there on Instagram, I think they said that it was supposed to ship by like December or something of that year. And then of course that date came and went and nothing. And I reached out and was like, hey, like, you know, I haven't seen anything. They're like, oh, we got a couple of setbacks, but we're working on it, you know. And then I think I wrote back like 6 months later, and I think they were probably getting tired of people just bugging them about it. And, you know, after that, I just was like, I'm just gonna let it go. Hopefully it's not a scam or anything. And we'll just wait this thing out. And in fact, they have an event on the 17th in California where they're going to unveil this book to the public and have like a public showing. And I think Bob Osborne is going to be there along with some, what I'm sure some of those, you know, old school freestylers are going to be there. I'm sure Eddie Fiolo is going to probably make it out there, but I wish I could go to that. That's it's happening. You know, as I'm filming this, it's this Friday, and fortunately, I'm not able to you know, go to California for that. But that would, I'm assuming that that's going to be a pretty rad event. So if you were able to go, let me know in the comments how that thing was. But yeah, by the time this video drops, the event will be over. But yeah, they have like a, you know, you could pay to just go to the event, or you could pay for a copy of the book, as well as like I think a shirt. They don't have, I think, the Vans and the other things, items available. Those are all done on a pre-order. You can check them out online, and I'll put their website up on the screen, and also as a link down below where you can check it out. I went on the website last night just to kind of look to see if they were still offering the book. Unfortunately, I don't see the book available. I only see tickets to the event that's coming up. I'm hoping that after the event and kind of like, you know, all of that dies down, that they are going to offer more books for the public, because this thing, I mean, if you are a fan of BMX and freestyling and all that good stuff from back in the late 70s and 80s that we all grew up in, this is incredible. I mean, it has covers from magazines and ads, iconic shots from some of the best that were doing it. I wonder if our friend Bill the Bachelor, or Bill Bachelor, not Bill the sorry, Bill Bachelor, if I wonder if some of his shots are in here, because he took some amazing stuff. And I have his other book, that was also a hardcover, very similar, not as big as this one, but close. Like his book was amazing, just of shots that he took from back in the day as a kid. But this thing is incredible. Like I am just in awe at all of the photos and the stories and the interviews and comments that are in here. Like, I mean, kudos to the author for putting this together. I mean, what a fantastic piece of BMX freestyling history. I mean, this, like, if you are a fan, see if you can get this book. If it becomes available, look for it, because this thing is just incredible. I mean, there's the king himself, Eddie Fiola, right there. Like, oh man, Mike Dominguez. And in fact, that's almost the photo that I have on my, you can't even see it right there, but I got a similar photo of him at Pipeline. Oh, but man, this is, look at this. Oh, to be a kid, can you imagine being able to be a kid at one of these things and watching these guys launch like these massive airs coming out of the you know, the pipe there? Like, that's just, I don't know. I tried it when I was a kid, and it was just the most terrifying thing. Even just to do like you know, a half pipe, or a quarter pipe. Like it was just like terrifying. Like and to see these guys not only just drop in on those things and get air, but they're getting like, you know, 15 feet off of the top, which is incredible. Look at, see, we built a ramp like this back in when Eddie Fiola and I think Dave Breed came to Hawaii, and they did, like, during their GT World Tour, and they did a show for us, and I was able to get some pictures. And yeah, that thing was, we built the ramp just for them and that show, and that was pretty incredible. But yeah, it kind of has like some of the later days. Oh, Rockville BMX. You guys remember Rockville BMX, right? The guys that sold like all kinds of stuff out of the magazine. I used to go through there and just drool and be like, oh, I wish I could buy that bike. I wish I could buy that bike. Or I wish I could buy that part. Like Rockville BMX, they were like a huge one. All the mail orders. I remember all the mail order stuff from back in the day, right? Like, oh, such a fun time to be alive when you were a kid. Oh, look, they have a whole section on just Rockville BMX. This is awesome. That's incredible. You know, to those days where I think a lot of us who you know, come from that era when we were kids, we look back on those days with just fond memories, because it was just such a simpler time, right? We could just, I mean, we basically had our bikes, and that was our freedom. That was our way to get out of the house, get out of the neighborhood, and just hang out with our friends. And then to be able to be doing tricks on them, or to be jumping ramps in different neighborhoods and riding around. It was such a fun time. Oh, imagine if we had cell phones back then that took photos, all the rad stuff we'd have right now as just all the documentation. But thank you to all the people that contributed to this book, that took photos back then with regular cameras and had to get it developed and all of that stuff. It's not like the instant photos you get nowadays where you take a picture and you can instantly see what you got, and whether or not you have to take the photo again. These guys had to like capture the shot, make sure everything was, you know, exposed correctly, and then take it to a processing lab and then get the photos printed so that they could see if they got the shot or not. It's amazing. If you think about all the stuff, all the steps that you had to do to take photos back in the day, and for us to still be able to have great shots like this, I mean, hats off to all of the photographers back then. You know, Wendy Osborne and Bob Osborne and Bill and everyone else that just contributed to these amazing photos. But this is a banger of a book. Again, there's the king. That looks like the king. I don't know if that, it says Tim Leighton Boyce. I don't know if that's him, but that kind of looks like Eddie Fiolo. If you can get a chance to get this book, get it. Keep checking the website, see if they have it available. I think it's well worth whatever price they're charging for this. I don't know what the book is going to cost just by itself. It's probably not going to be cheap just because it has almost 600 pages. But this is incredible. So I'm going to be spending some time with this bad boy, from going from cover to cover to kind of see all this stuff and reminiscing and kind of jogging my memory about certain things that I can remember from back then. But thank you to everybody over at on the team that, Dominic, this is incredible. Congratulations. This is such an awesome book. And I'm hoping that it goes out for sale for everyone else if they didn't get in on the pre-order, because this thing is amazing. If you got the book, let me know what you think in the comments below. What's your favorite part? If you didn't get the book, what do you hope to see in it? Put it down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the vans and the bag and all of this stuff. But it's a pretty incredible box, and I just wanted to share that with you. So hey, if you stuck around this long, thank you. Consider liking and subscribing to spread this out to more people, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of one another. Be safe. Aloha.